Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency started this week by attending the Heritage Village celebrations in Batavia, Region 7.
Our task in government is to work towards bridging the gaps. Wherever there are gaps, we have to bridge the gaps to ensure that there is a minimum set of standard, there is a minimum set of service that all our people enjoy in an equitable way.
On Monday, the President attended the high-level political forum on sustainable development at United Nations General Assembly at the UN headquarters in New York. President Ali emphasized the importance of Guyana's forests to the global community and spoke extensively about Guyana's Low-Carbon Development Strategy, LCDS, during the Concordia Annual Summit on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. In addressing the theme underneath the green transition, the oil industry, the head of state highlighted that Guyana is one of the forerunner in forest management, preservation and deployment of forests to the world in terms of climate change.
We are pursuing a development along this low-carbon development strategy in which the forest will continue to be an integral part of the development mix, and we will continue to pursue energy mix that moves away from heavy oil and petroleum product to include natural gas, solar, and wind.
The head of state attended a private reception hosted by former United States President Bill Clinton, his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and their daughter Chelsea. The reception was attended by current and former heads of state who are in New York for the United Nations General Assembly, multilateral organization leaders, governors, cabinet secretaries, and a select group of Fortune 500 CEOs. On Tuesday, President Ali joined a high-level panel at the Clinton Global Initiative meeting in New York to deliberate on accelerating the transition to renewable energy and the role of public-private partnerships.
One of the only country with an end-user agreement sale with Hess Corporation. But guess what? That's forest that we kept alive with a deforestation rate of less than 0.036%. That forest did not bring in any wealth, although it created tremendous value for the world. So how are we going to ensure that in the transition, there is just reward for those countries who are keeping the environment, keeping the forest, and ensuring that that forest contribute to the climate equation?
President Irfaan Ali addressed the high-level meeting on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response at the UN General Assembly.
We must ensure that people everywhere have unhindered, equitable access to vaccines and other medical countermeasures, including medicines, diagnostics, therapeutics, and health technologies, and other health products. We urge member states to continue the positive discussions in line with the ministerial decision on the agreement on trade-related aspects of intellectual property.
President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali has urged world leaders to make better financing options for developing countries, while acknowledging that the financing is critical to achieving Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, specifically food and energy security, and mitigating the impacts of climate change. President Ali reiterated the call while speaking at the high-level dialogue on financing for development on the sidelines of United Nations General Assembly.
The commitments by the developed countries, including the pledge of US $100 billion per year, remain unfulfilled. How much longer must developing countries wait for these commitments to be fully delivered? Although at net zero emissions, Guyana continues to pursue growth premised on a low-carbon development strategy. Our goal is to ensure that our resources are utilized sustainably to foster inclusive and equitable development for our people.
On Wednesday, President Ali made global Guyana's position on reparations during an interview on ITV's Good Morning Britain.
It's not a burden at all. You are one of the beneficiaries of that slave trade. So this is not a burden. You should be concerned, and you should pay, because you today are still benefiting from the greatest indignity to a human being, and that is the slave trade. And not only did you benefit during the slave trade and your country developed, but look at what it caused the developing world. During slavery, resources was used to build your country, build up your capacity. You were able to then become competitive. You were able to invest in mechanization, and developing countries like ours were left behind.
The head of state met with the permanent representative of the United States of America to the United Nations, Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield, at the Guyana mission in New York. President Ali and the ambassador discussed Guyana's upcoming membership of the UN Security Council in areas of mutual interest, including food security, climate change, democracy, and the situation in Haiti. The recent developments concerning the Guyana-Venezuela border controversy, including the upcoming case before the International Court of Justice, were also discussed. His Excellency President Dr. Irfaan Ali was honored by the African Leadership Organization for his global advocacy on behalf of the developing world. The President received the award at the 9th International Forum on American Caribbean Leadership in New York, where he delivered the feature address. Dr. Irfaan Ali shared his vision of Guyana 2030 and beyond with members of the diaspora, while reiterating his government's strong support to those returning home to invest in the development of the country. The head of state had a candid conversation with U.S. Guyanese at the Hotel Liberty and Suites Inn, Queens, New York, during a town hall meeting, where he spoke extensively on the development and transformation taking place in Guyana. This was the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching.